A little demonstration on axes and handheld and how you can, again, the similarities. Now this here is considered an axe. It's handheld. And how you can tell is by the top, and you can see how it's all rounded at the top. That fits in the palm of your hand pretty good, or your hand fits around it pretty good. And this one, I've done a demonstration on it before. You can see that there's finger marks that have been ground in on purpose so that these fingers fit perfectly on that. Now on the other side, you can see a little, place in here that's been ground out. That's not an accident. They did that so that the palm of your thumb fits perfectly, and then the fingers fit perfect on there. And so then they used it in this manner, kind of like I suppose a pick. They called it an axe. Now some of axes were hafted, but in this case it's been made to fit in the hand very comfortably, and so that it could be used for an extended amount of time without getting your hand all blistered up or whatever. Anyway, that's one demonstration of that type of an axe. Now here's another really kind of like crude looking wedge type an axe. And you can see that. Now, if you'll see here, this is no mistake right in here. That's been ground out. You can see that. And then again, the palm of your thumb fits perfectly in there, wraps around, and then your hand wraps around really very comfortably. In fact, it's been broke away or pecked here and smoothed. If you can see that, so that when you put the palms of your hand, your fingers, and the pads fit. I mean, it's real comfortable. It's amazing how it feels so smooth and fit to your hand. And so that is a hand axe. Again, more of a wedge type axe. Now, a lot of these similar type axes, you can see how they're crafted to with the same type of a wedge or come into a point. They're not all of them crafted so nicely as the two that I just showed, and in fact it's hard for me to tell if that one was a hand one or a hafted one. A lot of times you can tell, like this would be a hand one. You can tell by the top and how it's been kind of smoothed and rounded out on the top. That's so that it would fit your palm of your hand comfortably, and then used like that as a pick. They could have used it to dig, break other stone, but again, I can tell that was a hand axe there. And some of these others, like this one here, I can't tell. It looks to me to have been crafted in order to fit on a to be hafted, because of the way that you can see some of the marks on it around it, and it's not quite so rounded off at the top. There's a little notch in there that I'm used to seeing, but you can kind of tell that it could have been hafted. This one here, this one's a similar one, but it looks to have been hafted also. they would have hafted it possibly in the middle there, but you know, it could have been a hand axe. It doesn't feel so comfortable as the other ones, but nonetheless, it here's one that's been flattened on the top. Now this here I believe was hafted. The only reason I say that is just because of the way you can see the top, and the hafting was over it like this, and you can see the markings on the top, and some of the markings, like it looks like it's had a band around it somewhat, but again, same similar shape of a pick or hand axe. There's a bunch of them down here, and some of them, this one appears to me, again, looks to me to be it could have been hafted. Wow, is it cold? These rocks are cold. Here, this one is a hand axe. You can tell, again, that's easy. Once I see it, you can see how the palm of your hand fits right around it, and you're able to grab it like this. And how that, you see how that's all just made so that it can fit. Here's some petrified wood. It also comes into that wedge or the pick type shape, and I can't tell in some of these whether it was hafted or what, but anyway, kind of gives you an idea. Some of these here are crafted. Do you see how that's crafted? Like that. I got several of them. So your finger and your palm of your finger fits right around that, and it appears to me, you know, it fits just like that. And it would use. I got several of them that have that same little mark there. I mean, the way they make it so that you can fit your finger right around it, and it looks like that. This could be used as anything but, you know, like a pecking stone, where you break the rock or whatever. But same kind of design as the other, just a little bit different. And those that I have, you know, you can see again that one has that same thing, but it just fits like that perfectly. And as does this one's kind of nice. It fits like this. You can put just like that. It fits perfectly. You see how it's all been kind of smoothed out there, but again, it's like a pickaxe, as is that one, and many of these others. Anyway, that's a little demonstration on what they used as mainly hand axes, and they did haft some of them, but you can see the similarities. And like I say, this is done by comparison, by finding others that are crafted exactly the same way, and that's how I do my research and determine a lot of the things.